Live. Hey, people.
Uh, I was drinking that victory water. You know what it tastes like?
I know what it tastes like down here. I
It
mean,
tastes
where am
like
I at?
Mavericks and Four. That's what it tastes like. So
It's a
you know,
wild statement to
what
start the
is this
show.
episode?
Season 4, episode 6. Jesus
Season four,
Christ.
episode and six. Same thing with LeBron James, 4 and 6. I'm not. Let's not talk about that. But I'm Chloe Rogers, grandson of Steve Rogers, son of Aaron Rodgers, and I'm here with the bestest co-host in the whole wide world. That's a Simpson shirt, Trouble.
Yeah, it's Lisa.
Where do you get these shirts from?
It's on the low. My shit's is too elite. But yeah, we're just happy to be here. Talk the good shit. We're back. We're happy to be fucking back. Most importantly, like took a hiatus, had to get shit in order. It's adulting time. It's just that simple. But yeah, man, just happy to be back. Talk the shit. Heat Nation up 1-0 already. Can't complain. You know, I know some niggas that was talking spicy when the Celtics was up 13 last night. I ain't finna say no names, but Heat Nation came out third quarter,
Um,
handled up. You feel me?
the NBA is rigged. Jimmy Butler went to the line 18 times.
Bro, I
It was
said
just a
he's
bad third
living like
quarter.
'06 Wade out here.
It
This
was just a
shit's
bad
crazy.
third quarter. That's all it is.
Hey, all I know is
Both series are gonna be super great. You guys
oh yeah,
dodged one with that quarter because in that first half, like I said, I tweeted about the 3-point shooting. So, bro, that Pritchard kid just shoots from any. That whole team is just shooting.
it's so fucking weird because yeah, I fuck with Pritchard, but I feel like to me he's the only legit shooter. Grant Williams, that shit that happened on Sunday, I've never seen a NBA team say we're just gonna leave another NBA player open the entire game
Not even
at the
that. At a
3 point line.
point, they said something about 16 threes, and I'm like, okay, the Celtics took 16 threes. They're like, no, Grant Williams is 7 for 16. It's like, bro, a coach is letting their guys shoot that many times. Even if he's on
It's like, bro,
fire,
you're
I would
wide
still be
open.
like, yo.
Just let that shit fly. You can't lose confidence. I feel that, especially when Brooke Lopez is standing in the paint and you have the ball at the 3 point line. Like shit, I'd shoot that bitch too. Like that's the most wide open shot you ever gonna get. But to me, like you said, both series are gonna be amazing in my opinion. I think Tatum probably has a more balanced game. He probably won't go off as much as he did in the first half, but he probably won't fall off like he did in the second half in game one as well.
Three
I
points in the
just
second half. I doubt that happens again. Also, you guys can't start off slow like that because I'm pretty sure Horford, who gets out of nowhere health and safety protocols, is out. I'm pretty
that
sure
shit,
he'll
bro.
be back.
I didn't understand that because I when I went to sleep yesterday, I knew Marcus Smart wasn't playing. When I woke up, I was like, Horford's not playing, and I was like, okay, I'm cool with that. Shit, I ain't got to
Yeah, that's
piss
just
me off.
another body for Bam because Bam's not even performing that well in this postseason. Robert Williams was just sunning him.
I don't know if it's a combination of I don't know if it's Bam not performing well or if it's the fact that Spoelstra has told these niggas y'all got to attack the glass because Jimmy and Tyler were our leading rebounders last night with 9 and 8. Bam only had like either 4 or 5,
I think he's averaging 5 this postseason.
and I think he had double digit points, either 10 and 12, either 10 or 12, one or the other. And it's like that's cool because I understand shit, nigga. You got to hold down the whole paint. You're basically our Draymond. Like that. That's basically how we run this shit. You're our big man at 6'9". Giving you 6'10" would be generous as fuck. So it's just like, yeah. Everyone has to help that motherfucker on the boards. So like, I don't know. I would like him to be more aggressive, but at the same time, I feel like people have caught on to the fact that he can dribble. He's a big man that can do shit, and it's like you need to not sleep on him. And shit, it's better if you got Gabe Vincent taking a shot versus Jimmy Butler or Bam Adebayo. Cause you shit, the Heat right now, it don't matter who shoot the ball. Niggas just got confidence. Max Struess, we just find undrafted players and just be sending them out there. We
Man,
ain't
you
even
guys are very efficient as well. You only missed free throws as a team yesterday, and you went to the line 34 times. As opposed
fucking
to
crack.
Boston, who shot 75% from the line. Like that's gonna be key. And like I said, just the 3-point shooting. Both of you guys took over 33s. You guys took exactly 33s, hit 30% of them, 33.3%, and Boston hit 32% of those. Now, boys, just this is how the NBA is now, just shooting, bro.
Yeah, to me, it was like you said, the third quarter, huge difference in that game. To me, that's where the shit just hit the fan for the Celtics. Tatum had 6 turnovers in the third quarter alone, and it's just like, bro, we finna lose.
Yeah, Tatum was awful. His plus and minus was -8 when he was on the court. Like
I'm just like,
he was
if
fried right
you get
there.
outscored, like I don't know how you can win a playoff game if you get outscored in any quarter by 25 points.
Hmm.
Like I'm sorry, that
The
shit
only
is
guy
just
who was plus for Boston was Robert Williams. Everyone else was minus. And
Robert
then
Wood.
with Miami, you guys are solid. The only one that was kind of surprising was Bam -5 when he was on the court. Other than that, Jimmy's +25, PJ's +12, Vincent's +23. I don't know. I feel like maybe Bam is just low key hurt because his averages are all down. He's only averaging like 10 and 7 in the postseason as opposed to his season averages of like 15 and 9. I mean, he could
I
be hurt.
mean,
At
with the
this
way
point,
shit
everyone's hurt.
goes, I wouldn't be surprised if it came out after the season he had like a shoulder injury or some shit he was dealing with
Bro,
his
I'm
knee.
telling you, since he hit Dwight Howard in the finals, thinking he was a big man, bro, his shoulder just cracked. Shit is
Yeah,
pleading for help.
that shit was different. Like our team just died. Like literally coming out of that Boston series, the Heat were
Bro,
okay.
Bam went through it. Bro, he even said he thought he couldn't feel his wrist after he blocked Tatum when the ball was like already halfway in. Bro, I literally, bro, you have to have a strong ass forearm, bro, because most of us, our wrist would have snapped right there in half.
Oh yeah, my shit would have giggity gang. Like I'd be at Memorial Hospital and shit, just like help me. But yeah, we come out of that series. Bam is alive, Dragic is alive, and then game one, both of them died, and it's like, yeah, we finna lose to LeBron.
And it's the
Jimmy could have had
same.
50. We were still finna lose to them niggas.
Jimmy Butler is what DeMar DeRozan hopes he is one day. That
I'm
mid
just
range
being
on
real.
lethal. The mid
06
range is
Wade
on lethal, and he
vibes.
actually wins with it. 41 points. He ain't shoot a three. He shot a three. He ain't make one.
Got
Straight
two,
from the
missed them both.
line and from mid
Exactly.
range, bro. He's lethal.
So if you take out them threes, he was like 11 for 15 from the field with 17 and 18 from
Without
the free
those
throw
threes,
line.
he was 12 for 17 from the field. He went 0 for 2 from three. He shot 17 for 18 from the line, 41, 9, and 5 with 4 steals, 3 blocks. He did pretty much everything. And it's just amazing to see because during the regular season, he wasn't even your leading scorer. It was Tyler Harrow. And Jimmy just turns it on. Like in the regular season, you could say, oh, Jimmy's maybe a top 20 player. And it's no disrespect to him. It's just like he don't really turn it on. And then once he gets to the postseason, bro, this man's averaging 28.7 points this postseason. I don't think
He's like,
Jimmy's ever
so
averaged that in the regular season.
he's like, we're here now. I gotta fucking
This
turn
is
up.
when it counts, bro. Ain't no one gonna remember what you did in the regular season at all, bro. You think people are gonna remember what they're gonna say? Oh yeah, James Harden. He had that one year where he averaged like 43 straight 3 straight months. How many rings he got?
My dog Jimmy Butler is fucking three
He got
games
more rings
away.
at the strip club, bro.
He's 3 games away from a conference finals MVP. And if he put Jimmy Butler pull off this run, he a Hall of Famer. I don't give a fuck with
I think
nobody.
Jimmy should already go to the Hall of Fame because he's proving that he could lead a franchise on his back. Like he is the face of the Heat at the moment, and he's going to be the face until he leaves the NBA. I don't see why the Heat would not re-sign him, even if it's going to be some ludicrous ass deal where he's 37 years old getting 50 mil. He's your franchise. You guys went to a finals because of him. You ran into LeBron James, so you really can't do anything about that. And it's not like he underperformed. He went in there, went toe to toe with LeBron James. I think dropped the triple double to the point that there's a meme on him when he's just like taking a break because bro, man was playing like 45 minutes a game in that series.
He had a
But yeah,
40
Jimmy's no doubt. Heat
and a
man, Jimmy's a
35
superstar.
piece.
I think he's proving it once again because people love to talk crap about the bubble, even though if their favorite team won, nothing would be said. It's just because LeBron won, so now Jimmy gets some of the heat as well. But yeah, Jimmy's he's a star. He's a star in this league, and the Heat got a special one. And to be honest, at this point, what I love, and it's so bad to say because you know how I feel about LeBron James, but since LeBron hasn't been in the playoffs, bro, it's amazing because you don't know who's coming out. You really, I know Steph is still there, but you don't. When LeBron was in the playoffs, you knew one conference, bro, lock him in, lock number 23 in, going to the finals. You know that's how it is, and then you just had to worry about the other conference. Now, bro, Miami, bro, that series nowhere over. Boston just collapsed. That shit should probably go 7. Luka's young. Steph and the Warriors have been there plenty of times, but we all know Luka is young, but he ain't no young boy. The man is he's better than 95% of the NBA already. So it's like they can't take him lightly. Whoever gets to the finals, I predict that finals is going to be an epic matchup, just like it was last year as well.
finals is just some shit I can't even like start to comprehend because every matchup
Bro, the matchups
would
are gonna
be
be fire.
every matchup in my opinion from here on out would be a good matchup. You could give me
The
a
storylines are beautiful. Boston and bro, you guys have been fighting each other since LeBron went to South Beach in 2011, and then Dallas and Golden State. Dallas won 3-1 this year. Steph Curry played the worst. Steph Curry averages only 20 points a game on like 40% shooting for against Dallas. You don't think Dallas is a defending team because Luka don't really defend, but them Finley Smith and all those other boys, they put the clamps on those players. J Kidd knows what he's doing, bro. J Kidd is for sure instilling defense. He's like, you know who I am? I'm top five in steal. We gonna get some steals. We gonna play some good ass defense, and it's just a beautiful thing to see. Because I swear, if you're a point guard, you have a chance to become an NBA head coach, 100%.
yeah. At this rate, every NBA point guard can. I wouldn't be surprised if Rondo
If
has a
Chris
job
Paul
in
don't want to go do
2 years.
other shit, he might as well just be a coach.
I would give Rondo a job.
I feel like
Those
Rondo will
players would
split
probably
someone.
hate
I
their
feel like for
lives,
sure Rondo will punch a player.
but yeah, they would be fired. Like the plays and sets they would run. Oh my goodness, fucking
And I
amazing.
know Wardell's he's your guy. You guys share the same birthday and stuff. But is it not drastic or out of pocket to say that Luke is the best player in that series? Like, and it's
Oh no
crazy to
no,
say, it's
this
crazy to say because he's
playoffs
only
for sure.
23. But it's yeah, that's why people love to just think about the past and they're like, bro, he's better this. Bro, I was arguing with Eric's brother because he was saying Kevin Durant better than Luca, and I'm like, I beg to differ, bro. It's not. I know it's because of his age, and they're like, your people are too quick to label it, just like they were too quick to label Patrick Mahomes, and look what he's done since then, bro. Luca has elevated his game every single year to the point that you said his rookie year he went slow because he was still finishing out his contract in Real Madrid. The kid is the truth. You could just tell. I'm going to be the one to say it. A lot of people don't want to label him as the next one because of you know what. Nobody wants to, bro. Like, what, I'm pretty sure they thought Larry Bird was a fucking witch back in the 80s and the 90s. This white man coming in winning 3 straight MVPs, just, bro, man, not even trying, bro. There was that commercial that he pretended to shoot it bad and it still went in. So people are going crazy. So what do you think now when this fucking 23-year-old is here? Just bro, Suns were 64 win team. Just this bro, this man literally, bro, that's some Jordan shit to say. People talk tough when they up and then blow them out a combined like 65 points in game 6 and 7. That's some shit Michael Jordan would say. I'm pretty sure Luca watched The Last Dance because if I'm not mistaken, that's what Michael said when he was smoking the cigar with the bat on his shoulder. He was like, people want to talk tough when they up. Bro, he got that in him. He really does, and people just don't want to admit it.
First thing I'll say is with fucking that series, the worst thing that happened was Devin Booker and Chris Paul talking shit. Honestly, like I feel
Bro,
like
it
if
never
they,
goes well, especially when you haven't even accomplished anything. What's the point?
I'm
Get the
just
job
like
done.
y'all made it to the finals last year and fucking folded. You were up
Up
two
two
zip on
zero.
Milwaukee.
And
Like
especially Chris Paul. Why is Chris Paul talking shit when when it's dating back to all the way 2006 when he was in New Orleans that he's been choking in playoffs? Up 2-0, up 3. Like, you get me? So and he just doesn't learn his lesson.
with Devin Booker, it's like I get it. I understand you want to take that next step and you feel like you've taken that next step. But to me, it's different levels to this shit. And I would say just for people to understand, Jason Tatum's right here right now. Devin Booker's like right here. He's not saying he's way better than him, but Jason Tatum is playing better than Devin Booker by far.
Bro, I just look at
By
it
far.
when Booker was like the same age as these boys. Like, what was he was doing the same shit. He's a walking bucket. But it's like I've said numerous of times. There's a bunch of players in the league that aren't number one options that could lead teams. Bradley Beal cannot do it, but he could give you 30 every night. Sorry, Dame, he could give you 30 every night, but he's not no number one option. As we've seen, there's plenty of players. Devin Booker is a crazy ass 2 option. I bet you LeBron and all these boys would love to team up with him, but he ain't no number one option. Stop with the oh my god, he ain't have no good team, this and that. I promise you, if Chris Paul is not there next year, the Suns don't make it past the first round. They probably will be in the bubble, and I don't. It's just the truth. It's not a coincidence, or maybe people believe in coincidences, but I don't. There's no like Chris Paul wasn't there. They were in the lottery every single year. Chris Paul comes. Don't give me that shit with. I had one person tell me, oh, it's because DeAndre Ayton the year before was on PEDs. What the fuck does that matter? That team, bro, the Suns, bro, there's no leader on that team. Chris Paul is the leader. Like, let's keep it a buck. This man don't even want to be double teamed, bro. Come on, bro.
That Suns team
We
to me,
double,
there are
you know,
too many
Jim.
there are too many different issues. because I feel like one, DeAndre Ayton is not the player everybody expects him to be. Either he's
Obviously,
not aggressive or he doesn't get the respect. I don't know what it is.
I think it's also that anybody he's a part of whose draft class, and he was taken ahead of him. So it's like him and Bagley are always going to be looked at like you guys went ahead of Luka Doncic. And then with
Shit, but at least
Trey's not bad. It's just,
exact. I'm like, at least Trey has been to the playoffs,
bro, he
had
even went to the
moments.
conference finals. I just don't like. I don't know what it is. It's like I think you could put Trey up there, but just like Luka's better. But it's like people say it's a lopsided trade, but it's like, bro, this man
If
Trey
you
has
redraft that draft,
Luka's
those
one,
two
Trey's two.
go those two go 1 and 2 by far over everyone. It don't
Yeah.
matter what team you are. You take Luka, Trey, don't fuck. You'll be fine.
And
And
then it goes Aiden, but yeah, Aiden. It's just he came with the comparisons of like he's a modern day Shaq, this and that. He could shoot jump shots, this and that. He just don't got that dog in him, bro. To be a bro, like
at
to be,
all,
bro, you ain't, bro. Shaq was a dog. Shaq lit it, bro. Shaq, people wanted to kill this man every single day because he would embarrass grown ass fucking fathers with their kids watching at home. Aiden don't got that. Aiden just want to play some basketball and go home and play 2K, bro. They made a whole article about him playing 2K. He's a kid, bro.
with Devin Booker, I think the issue is, and it may sound crazy, but like you mentioned, it starts in the offseason. Bro, if you can't deal with double teams and fucking pickup games, what makes you think they not finna call that shit in crunch time of the playoffs? I- I'm sorry. If I watched you struggle in fucking summertime and complain about double teams there, I'm gonna send them shits come playoff time. It's that simple. It's obvious that that shit bothers you. Going 6 for 7. The man shot 9 for 31 over the last 2 games, over 6 and 7. His best game was 6 for 17 in game 6. Game 7, him and Chris Paul was fucking playing for the
They both.
Mavs.
I think they both didn't hit a shot in the first half. I think it's just a good case of the basketball gods humbling you. He talked smack. He talked a lot of smack. They've been talking a lot of smack since last year. They've been talking a lot of smack since they got rid of the Lakers. Like everyone doesn't. If you know basketball, you know if Anthony Davis's groin did not fall off the bone, they were gonna beat the
I still
Suns,
remember
bro.
him jumping up like it was
Bro,
yesterday.
they were up 2-1. They were up by 12 points. His groin falls off the straight off the bone, and the rest is history. There, it's not, bro. They were gonna gentlemen sweep the Suns as the number 7 seed or number 8 seed, and people were gonna be going crazy. The Suns got bailed out. After that, there was no other team beating the Suns. But bro, when LeBron and AD are 100% healthy, you can't stop that shit. You saw what happened to the Heat in the finals. You couldn't do it, bro. They were bro. They were just having AD inside. Nothing could happen. You get me? So it's just like you got to humble yourself. Like just realize, okay, we did win because of AD being out. No, they get cocky with it. So what happened in the finals? Giannis was like, hold my bag, bro. Now what happened this year? Lucas said, hold my bag. Next year it's gonna be the same shit. They're gonna get cocky as fuck, and somebody's gonna knock their shit out.
Oh, honestly, I don't think they're gonna be in the very. I don't know if they're gonna be in a similar position just because I don't think Aiton comes back because ultimately I don't think they have the money to
What is
give
this, the
him.
fifth year?
Yeah, he's about to be a free agent, so it's just
Well,
like
for basketball, it's 4 years and then you're a free agent.
yeah, because it comes with the player option if I'm not mistaken.
I
But
know his ass want the bag.
exactly, and
Oh
I
yeah,
totally
he's
get that.
gone for sure.
I totally get that, but at the same time, you're not getting that shit from Phoenix. They've already designated who their two max players are in CP and fucking Devin Booker.
Kind of
So
sad because Chris Paul's 37, so I really want to know how much longer he's gonna be doing this.
my whole thing is he's 37, and then he just had this last 5 game stretch in the fucking playoffs, and there is no explanation for this shit. I've heard all type of bullshit reports come out in the past few days. I've heard about his fucking hand. I've heard about a quad or a thigh, and I'm just like, none of this shit was reported during the series. None of it. I never heard a peep about this motherfucker being hurt or anything like that. So I don't get where all this talk about, oh, he was dealing with this or he was dealing with that. Motherfucker ain't been right since that little white kid had whatever fans touch his family. If we keeping it a buck, he ain't been right since that game, and I can't help him. Bro turned 37, fell off a fucking cliff, averaged 9, 6, and 4. Who the fuck are you gonna beat? And y'all can't play no defense. You especially. So it's like, yeah, you can't guard Luca, and you can't score on him on the other end. That's a fucking problem at this point.
Yeah.
That's a huge issue. No other way around it. But moving on to who they're playing now, Mavs Warriors. It goes to me. It goes six. I like the Warriors, just championship pedigree. If the Mavs do it, it wouldn't surprise me one bit though, just because Luca, like we said, he's the best player in that series. Man is averaging, I think, 31 in the playoffs this year on like ridiculous team share percentages and shit. Like the ball is always in his
Man
hands,
is second in the
but
postseason history in scoring, fucking third in 3-point percentage, eighth in assists. Like, just man is bro. He's 23, dog.
he
But
doing the
yeah,
shit.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Warriors win. I wouldn't be surprised if the Warriors win it all, bro. They came back. They 2-year hiatus since losing to the Raptors in 2019. No KD. You got the original trio. People could stab me now. They could criticize me now. I'll take this trio over the San Antonio Spurs trio. Attack me later. Attack me now. Don't really matter. But yeah, they're basically the modern day Spurs. Like, bro, they stuck together. They're gonna stick together their entire career, and it's like I'm taking them over the other guys. I'm just sorry because the other guys got the best power forward as of right now. But other than that, bro, number 9 and number 20 cannot hold the Splash Brothers jock straps. Let's keep it real. No disrespect to y'all boys. Y'all some legends for your time, but some new boys in town. Grandpa, make some room, bro.
To me, I this series is gonna be interesting just because all I hear is who is guarding who's gonna guard who. That's all I've heard is okay, who's gonna guard Luca? Who is Luca gonna guard? Who is Steph gonna guard?
It's all about the sporting cast because the Mavs are gonna,
To
bro. You
me,
know the Mavs
exactly.
are coming after the Mavs are coming after number 30 and number 11. So let's see what the Canadian Kobe could do. Rest in peace, and let's see what
I
Jordan
wouldn't
Poole could
say
do.
11 as a much. They're gonna attack fucking Poole. It's gonna be 30 and Poole. Whenever they're on the court, motherfuckers is coming at their necks.
Yeah,
Luca's
because Poole's
calling
usually the
every
ball
pick.
handler. Yeah,
So they need to be ready for that. To me, Andrew Wiggins, he's a X factor. The X factors in this series are the other people. Let's face it: Andrew Wiggins, Jalen Brunson, Spencer Dinwiddie, Kevon Looney, motherfuckers like that. If they come out and have big, people don't want to talk about it. Kevon Looney had 5 and fucking 22 boards in the closeout game against Memphis. When has Kevon Looney grabbed 22 boards before? In the playoffs? Especially when all they talked about is how much bigger Memphis is than every other team, especially Golden State, and all Golden State did was out rebound them the entire series. So this shit's gonna be interesting. I see two good ass. Let's face it, I see 4 good coaches still in this shit. I know what Steve Kerr can do. I know what Spoelstra can do. I've seen what Ime Udoka has done with the Celtics in just a fucking year. Because we remember how they started off the beginning of the season, and
I think
motherfuckers
they're
was
like
ready to
17 and
break up.
18 or something.
People were ready to break up Tatum and Brown, and now it's like, yeah, that was some dumb shit. And we see what Jason Kidd has done. Motherfucker got his second balling like on some wild shit. I'm happy for him. He's coaching his ass off, especially in that fucking mic'd up clip where he's just yelling the entire time. He's
You
just
know about J
coaching.
Kid?
Yes, he's just coaching from the sideline, and the shit is like, damn, if that's how my coach is, like, I can see how they're playing defense like that, motherfucker. Like, he's communicating with everybody. So like I said, I see 4 great coaches. I think that's a big difference in why these 4 teams are still here as well. They all got great players, but great coaching.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, how do you feel about this? At this point, the draft lottery just happened last night. The Magic ended up with the first overall pick. I've heard so many different, just in the past month as the first pick. I've heard Jaden Hardy. I've heard the kid from France. I've heard Chet Holmgren. I've heard just about
Who's
every
the kid from France? Is that big ass mammoth, right?
Victor Wanyama.
Yeah,
His
he's
first
like
name is Victor.
7. He's like 7'2" or some shit.
and he can shoot the ball, dribble, all that shit.
I mean, I'm reading everywhere from the kid from Auburn. That's that Jabari kid.
Exactly. Jabari Smith was the other name I
Yeah,
was
they said
about to
he's
say.
like he's an automatic bucket, like jump shot. And I don't know what else Orlando. Like, I'm sorry, they're gonna have to go to Orlando, Sacramento, and all this. But like, Orlando's not bad. Like, Wagner shows some potential. Jalen Suggs is still there. They got a plethora of guards. They still have Markel Fultz. They still have R.J. Hampton. They still have Cole Anthony. So maybe you could trade a combination of those guards and get yourself another piece with that wing and Jabari, and then you got bro. Mo Bamba's still there if I'm not mistaken. Shit,
Exactly.
Bobo is there. So it's
He
like, you
started.
get me. They got a young ass nucleus. I just don't know what the fuck they're
Damn,
doing, and I
that's where
don't think they
Bobo
know what they're
went.
doing. Yeah,
Because I remember the trade with Detroit falling through, and I was just like,
no, yeah. He
that's a
went to he
blessing
went
in
to Orlando,
disguise.
but it's like, obviously we know that he isn't all that, because nobody would trade some guy like that if he's all that. But yeah, bro, I just feel bad for Orlando. I just feel like they're one of those NBA teams that they're just there having fun. It's like,
Oh
because
yeah,
nothing
they're
good.
just
They just
along
win.
for the
They win
process.
20 games a year, got some good shit happening there, and then bam, it goes to shit, and then they just get another. I don't. They've been in the lottery so much.
I don't think they ever start a season and it's like we have championship aspirations. It's
Besides
just
when Dwight
it's
was there, Dwight and Shaq, but that was so
exactly.
long ago.
It's just like let's just make it through the season. Let's not have any catastrophic injuries. Let's try to get an
I'm pretty
okay
sure that
lottery
was
pick.
already over like 10 years ago when Dwight was there. So it's like, it's time to be done with this.
Oh
Time
yeah,
to
at this point they're wrapped up. Oh my god, I just read a wild article. ESPN has announced that a 30 for 30 on the 2000 Baltimore Ravens is in production.
that's when
So
Ray Lewis killed someone.
there's a lot to comprehend. So a year before, yes, he was sitting in jail in Atlanta because there was a double stabbing and he happened to be there that night. And one of the niggas who did the stabbing was either with him or got in the car with him. Wild shit, just insane shit. And then a year later, my man wins the Super Bowl in Tampa as a Florida boy. Back in shit was just beautiful. It was written in the stars. So seeing that we got a 30 for 30 coming, that's beautiful. I can't be more ecstatic about this shit. How are you feeling about your team's off season at this point, sir?
No, I'm just waiting
Transitioning to
for
football.
football. I don't even, to be honest, I haven't paid attention to football in at least like since the NFL draft. Because I'm just so excited about these playoffs and really to see who's making the finals. I don't know what to expect from my team. They say Christian Watson is performing really well and they're excited about him, but other than that, I don't know what to expect. There's no Devontae Adams. I know Aaron Jones is going to see over 100 targets. Maybe AJ Dillon gets unleashed, but as long as we got number 12, I say we're going to win the division. But I am scared of I'm for sure, if like, bro, if you're gonna be a real football fan, you can't be biased. I'm for sure scared of Minnesota, especially because they're new coaches from the Rams. So that offense just might go fucking retarded because, excuse my language, because Kirk Cousins is one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the league. They say Justin Jefferson is going to get treated like Cooper Cup. And who's the better football player? You can answer that yourself in your head. So what do you think is Justin Jefferson going to do is insane. And then I'm a big Justin Fields guy. That offense is going to go crazy. Their receivers are kind of, you got Brian Pringle, you got St. Brown's brother over there, but Darnell Mooney, he's going to go to the moon. Top 10 in target share last year. And then you got Cole Kmet. He's going to be a tight end one this season. So I'm for sure scared, but with number 12 there, I think we could still win the division. But those two teams are going to be very exciting. And shit, the Lions aren't bad at all. Their offense is stacked, bro. They took Jamison Williams. They have St. Brown. They have DeAndre Swift, Georgia back. You know about Georgia backs. TJ Hawkinson is a top 5 tight end. It's just Jared Goff is, But at the same time, he got to a bowl one. So, that division is, bro, you could tell the changing is happening where, bro, Rodgers getting a little old. The Packers aren't going to be at the top of that division for that much longer. And one of these new teams is going to come around. Cousins is only 33 years old, bro. He could still play for another 5+ years.
Oh, the way quarterbacks age, like you said,
33, he's entering his prime pretty much.
another five easy. And to me, just looking at that whole division overall, I think the Detroit coach has finally convinced them players that y'all can fucking win games and y'all can compete with just
Dan
about
Campbell.
anybody. And I don't know. To me, Minnesota, it's like I've always been ready to believe in the hype just because if you look at their offense every year, that shit looks crazy. It's
Bro,
like you have
I think every single season they have the most losses by like single digits or like one possession or like 3 points, some stat like that. They
it's
just
just
have
like
bad luck.
you've always had 2,000 yard receivers. You basically always since AP you had a few down years, but then you went from basically AP to Dalvin. So you've always had a pretty decent running back as well. You found a replacement in tight end for Kyle Rudolph and Irv Smith. So I just don't get why they can't string shit together. It could be the defense, like you just mentioned, with close ass losses like that, especially when you lead the league and shit like that. That can be a fucking issue. But overall, if I had to rate that division, it's still gonna go Packers. Then I would probably say Vikings. Then I would say I want to like the Bears, but I still don't know yet. They're just inconsistent up and down. That defense one year was fucking elite, and the next year it was like Swiss cheese. So I don't know. I would go with Detroit over them just for the moment. But yeah, that division, like you said, it's not a changing of the guard yet, but shit's on the way. Shit's on the way whenever 12 walks out the door, basically. That's how I look at it. My division, I just read the scariest stat about the Steelers that I've ever read. The highest paid offensive player for the Steelers this year. Take a guess.
I saw it. It was like an offensive guard.
You'll never guess who the fuck it is.
It was an
Nope.
offensive guard.
You'll, their paid player this year is Derek Watts on offense.
The fullback.
Exactly. It that's fucking he's getting paid 4.71 million. That just means they have so much young talent with steals of picks. Deontay Johnson was either third or fourth round pick a few years ago. We just saw them pick up Calvin Austin and George Pickens. If anyone has been paying attention to the Steelers, I'm sorry, you got to pick up one of those motherfuckers in fantasy this year because they're both going to play. It don't matter who the quarterback is. It could be Mitch Trubisky, Mason Rudolph. Big Ben could come out of fucking retirement.
Hey, they
All
took my
three
boy
of them.
Small Hands, bro. Kenny Pickett there.
So I'm just like, it doesn't matter who plays this year at quarterback. They're going to throw that fucking football. Najee Harris is going to be a probably 250, maybe the 300 carry back, but we know how Pittsburgh uses their receivers. And I forgot about the fucking retard giant child of Chase Claypool because you put him and Pickens on the outside with Calvin Austin and Deontay in the slot, we're fucked at that point. I can't lie. Most teams would be. And then Joey B, that's just they just got another year together. Like
I totally forgot
just,
Watson went to the Browns. Yeah, God bless and good luck to you guys this year.
I'm like, we just watched like the motherfuckers go to the Super Bowl and be basically a play or two away. And then Deshaun Watson now plays in Cleveland. Baker Mayfield is still on that team. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
They literally just holding him if Watson gets suspended so he could play. They're so green, and then they're just gonna trade him.
And then they're just like, look, we also know that 9 times out of 10, a star quarterback's probably going to get hurt somewhere between week 1 and week 4. And bitch, we could just send you Baker. Exactly. That's the fucking plan at this point because I'm terrified. We didn't replace we did something very strange with our receiving room. We basically just bumped up the entire depth chart without replacing anybody. So we traded Hollywood Brown, didn't draft a receiver in the draft, drafted tight ends. Didn't sign a receiver in the offseason yet. Everyone thought we was going to get Jarvis or we looking at Juju.
You got bro, Rashad Bateman, Mark Andrews, and Tillian Wallace, bro.
Oh yeah, Tylan Wallace, he's going to play this year. Devin Duvernay is going to be a name to look out for.
Rashad Bateman, 1,200 yards.
The name that everyone needs to know is James Prochet. He has the best hands on the Ravens team. He's a receiver out of SMU. We got him as a steal. He led college football in catches one year with like 150, 160, just doing insane shit. So I'm happy. We also have another Broward County receiver. So they did do that for Lamar. I'm excited about that. And he's a big body receiver. He's not fucking Hollywood at 5'9". He's 6'4", 6'5", from Ohio State at that. So you know they coach up receivers. I'm excited. I'm fucking excited. But at the same time, like I said, everyone in our division has actually done positive shit for a change. It's not like Pittsburgh got worse. It's not like any team got worse. Everyone made good moves. So it's a year. I'm ready for this shit. Heat Nation, Heat in 6 or 7. Drop your predictions, sir. And yeah, we could go from there.
Well, this year, damn. Bro, I want to say the Mavs, but I really do think Curry's gonna pull it off. But I'm just gonna say Mavs in 6. And after yesterday, I feel like Miami's probably gonna win it 2 and 6. Miami versus Dallas, part 3. See what
Yeah,
happens.
and though that could be fucking insane. Miami versus Dallas Part 3. I
Let's
wouldn't know what
see.
to do. And we
Dirk
already
might
talked
suit
about the
up.
numbers and shit and how that shit works out. Like
Dirk
that
and
would
Dwayne Wade
be
might suit up. They might go back at it.
yeah. At that point, I'd call everybody out. Just get Dwayne Wade out there, get the
Bring
nail
Jason
polish off
Terry
your
back,
hands and
Juwan
shit.
Howard. Bring them Devin Harris back. Fuck it.
Oh yeah.
Let's have
Oh
a
my
Eric
god,
Campier come back. Let's have a series.
Josh Howard. I just
That boy Josh Howard was
he had a 2 or 3 year stretch where this nigga was amazing, and then he just fell off the face of the earth. I think he got traded to Washington, and that was the end.
yeah.
That was the fucking end. But yeah, let the people know where they can find us and everything, my man, so
As
everybody can
always,
get ready.
Twitter and Instagram, MBF_Clo, MBF_Trill, MBF_podcast on YouTube, MBF_podcast, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Nothing but facts all together. Oh, it's 8 o'clock. Oh, what time's the game? 9? I'm about to go play some Warzone till then.
Exactly. I'm like, let everybody get ready for the pregame, and yeah, game is at 9, man. It's lit, lit, lit. We'll catch y'all good people next week.